the basic difference, if you see, to put it in a layman's words, the difference between a budget hotel and a premium hotel. The difference is in every aspect of the hotel. So, if you see the way it is, the support facilities or the infrastructure or the materials which will go into construction of a premium hotel from a budget hotel, there are hundreds of differences. Similarly, there are hundreds of differences between a tier 3 and a tier 4 differences. For example, if let's take power, tier 3 needs 2 cables, but both of them come from a single substation. In the event of something going wrong with the substation, which is not very uncommon, both the cables, even though there are 2 cables, they will become redundant and the facility could go down without power for days together. What tier 4 does is it lays its own 2 dedicated cables into 2 different substations which are connected to 2 different power producing plants, making it fully redundant. So to put it in a nutshell, the difference is in a tier 3, it is a single system with some redundancies built in it, whereas tier 4 is 2 parallel systems running to make the facility going alive. First of it is peace of mind. The CIO this is with respect to if the outsourcing is done with the right partner and there is a chemistry between the outsourcing company as well as his company, there will be absolute peace of mind for him because there is someone else who is taking the burden off from him, the outsourcing company. Apart from that, there are a number of other benefits in a very well executed, thought through outsourcing deals. There is a better uptime because he is moving his facility, his IT assets from his own managed tier 2 or tier 3 facility to a tier 4 facility. So there is a better uptime for him. And scalability. Most of the large enterprises are growing leaps and bounds, and they are constrained every 3 years by the capacity of their data center, and they want to scale up. Today, there are technologies available which work at the same efficiency even at 40% loads. Basically, in tier 4, what happens is that none of the equipment is loaded more than 40-45% of its capacity. But today's technologies made us possible. But the bigger challenge is safety and being green both at the same time. What I mean by it is, for example, let's take cooling systems. Yes, but if you use water, the cooling systems become more efficient by almost 30+%. But if you put water into the data center, it could be unsafe. Over a period of 10 years, one day water could leak and creating a big danger to the entire facility. So we solved this problem with a little innovation, small innovations of keeping the water outside, yet use the water as the heat exchange medium, and could solve those problems. It depends on where the client is. If the CIO is heading a large bank and which has in the last couple of years back invested a few hundred crores in establishing their data center, his thought process is different from a similar CIO who is who has invested about 4 or 5 years back, whose assets book value is 0. And also he is facing trouble with his data center capacity or cooling problems or something. In the second case, he wants to outsource immediately and he is already fighting a battle within his organization and putting up a case to outsource. In the first case, obviously there is a resistance to outsource. And when it comes to small and medium, the emerging enterprises, the writing is on the wall. They're just waiting for a right data center in their city. And wherever the good facilities are there, in those areas, it is like in the US or worldwide. Same thing is happening in India right now. They don't even plan a data center in their architectural plans itself.